before this year, but you're already down to 12.1. What is it that you've been doing this year that's led to this huge breakthrough?
Speed-wise, I feel like I needed to work more on my speed, and I did a lot of 100 meters at the beginning of the season. So that had a huge factor to come to play in my hurdles, and I know once I get the technical part out, I'll be fine.
Hey Tobi, just going back to, I guess, starting the moment you look over and see 12-12 there in the semi. Just talk about what your whole day has been like, how your life's kind of changed over the last couple hours, just what this afternoon has meant.
All thanks to God, it's been a dream come true. The goal is to come out here, execute each round, and I'm just thankful to be here, healthy, and just execute and get the win, and I do just that.
Just for Tobi again, so you've been having the back-to-back kind of fourth places and just missing the podiums a couple times, but being at the top of the podium now, what does that mean for you and kind of the people who've been helping you get here?
Most definitely, all thanks to God. I've been patient, and when God says it's your time, it's your time. And I've been trusting my coach, I've been trusting my abilities, and most importantly, I try to be as relaxed as I can coming into this competition, and I think that played a huge factor.
Another question for Tobi. Sorry, we're annoying you here. We were reading that you're wearing a long distance spike, and it's just quite interesting to see that a sprinter is wearing a long distance spike. I'm wondering if you can tell us why you chose to wear that spike, and also, do you feel it benefits you when you're on the track, and if so, how does it benefit you?
My abilities are not centered around spikes, but firstly, I had patellar fasciitis at the beginning of the season, so that kind of, set me back a bit for a while. I got dry nugglings, and I spoke to Adidas, and I requested if I could get a spikes with a softer sole, and they recommended a lot of stuff, and I felt comfortable in that, so I was using that basically the entire time. Plantar fasciitis, yeah. Yes. Patellar fasciitis. No. Yeah.
Question for you, Tobi. Coming into this, this final day, were you expecting this world record, or was it a surprise to you?
Not necessarily. It's a championship. You just want to get on the podium, and once you execute, my coach will always say, "The time to take care of yourself."
So, question for Brittany Anderson. So you had a setback last year, of course, at the Olympic Games, but now you made it to the podium. You got the silver medal. Can you talk about that?
I think the Olympic Games had definitely showed me how much I could have done. And I took all my mistakes that I did at the Olympics to bring to this championship, work on what I needed to work on for this championship, and I'm here right now.
Victoria for BBC Sport Africa. So before you came in tonight, Nigeria was not on the board, the medals board. And tonight, after you won, and after USA also won a medal, finally put Nigeria them on the map. And how does it feel for you? What do you think it represents for Nigeria as a whole country and for Africa as a whole?
It's a great honor to represent my country and Africa as a whole, but like I said, it's Tobi Amusan, my family, and Nigeria. So I'm proud to be able to showcase my talents.
And then just for Jasmine, so you similarly back in 2016, I think it was, right? You had some setbacks, but then you came back, won the Olympic medal. But this is your first World Championship medal, right? What does it feel for you?
Honestly, going into this World Championships, I just kept thinking about 2016 all over again. I'm just like, okay, I've already been to 2 Olympic Games, but this is still something big. So I definitely was I was really nervous because I just didn't want to go through the same thing that I went through in 2016. So I kind of played it safe. But I did what I could, and I came out with another medal. So I'm grateful for that.
Question here from Brittany.
No problem. Heading into these championships, you talked about being more patient, especially how you approach the hurdles. You talked about being patient in terms of your approach to the hurdles this season, and how has that helped? And how has that helped you in terms of this campaign? How has your, I guess, demeanor in terms of trying to be as relaxed as you can led to this moment in being the fastest Jamaican in the event?
Well, that had been one of my biggest fear of being patient. That's why I feel like I've always hit the hurdle, because I'm always rushing to go over the hurdle and not be more patient with myself. But I think I have mastered it by praying a lot. So that has definitely calmed me a lot with going into this championship.
For Jasmine, unrelated to the evening, you obviously had an incredible college career, really another decade. The NCAA is talking about making some really significant changes for the equivalency sports, and I don't know how much scholarship you were on, and that's your business. But track would be among the major beneficiaries potentially, where all athletes could be on full scholarship. Between that and NIL, how do you think that'll change the college track landscape?
I don't know. I've been out of college for 4 years now, so I think a lot of things have changed. I mean, it's a good thing if everybody can get full scholarships. I was on a full scholarship, thank God. But I don't know. To be honest with the NIL deals, if you making millions in college at this point, what's the point of going pro? What's the point of going pro if you're already making this much money? You know, I do think, especially with track and field, like depending on your event, depending on where you are in that event, ranking wise, the money, everything's different for everybody. There's some people they're only making $20,000, and you got those making $1 million. So NIL, these new deals, like, I think that's a good thing. I wish we had it in college. We could have got paid. We would be struggling sometimes. I think it's a good thing. I do think, if you are making a whole bunch of money though in college, there's no point in going pro. I mean, you can still want to, but it just kind of common sense. You're making more money in college right now than you will as a professional track and field athlete. It just depends on the person, how bad they want it, I feel like. Yeah.
Question for Tobi. So, you are crying on the podium. This is the first time ever that a Nigerian anthem is being played at the World Championship. Have you exactly realized what you have done here tonight? And has it sunk in yet?
Not yet. The entire time I was just looking for my coach. She kept my nerves down the entire time. I was like, oh, coach, my legs. She's like, it's okay, you might just playing with you. And it's been good, and she just told me to keep trusting the process and trust myself, and you're the best out there, go get it. I'm like, but I'm just thankful. Maybe tomorrow, but for now I'm good.
Tobi, in the last 24 hours, you've suddenly become one of the biggest stars in the sport. You're sitting there holding that big giant check and all that. Have you thought about how your life changes going forward? Have you kind of thought about that?
Nothing different. So I wake up, do the same routine every day. The only difference was today is the semifinals and the finals. So I kind of, do what I usually do between rounds, and just get my composure and let God do his thing.
And just again for Tobi, so again, first Nigerian to win a gold medal at the World Championships. What do you think is possible, not only for yourself, but then also for the future of Nigeria in the hurdles and even Africa in the hurdles?
Looking back in 2015 when I started hurdling, I had a lot of, you're too short, Nigerians don't make it to nowhere doing hurdles. It was a lot of if sport, blah, 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 blah. But, I set a standard for myself, even though I was really young and I had a good support system around me who told me, if you can want to do it, if that's what you want to do, you know, just do it. And that was the same year I got a scholarship to the United States in 2016. So it's been a journey since I chose this event, and I'm thankful that God chose that path for me. I followed it, and you know, I'm out here doing great things as this festival.
Tobi, just wondering, after breaking the world record, what did you do for that maybe 90 minutes, 2 hours, and how hard was it to like keep your focus, keep your composure?
It's funny because I was so worried about how fast I can go in the finals, but then coach just kept saying, you know, keep drinking. I'm like, girl, I'm gonna be bloated because I'm not used to drinking a lot of water. And she's like, you know, get back in your zone, keep drinking, keep drinking. I'm like, I can't drink too much, but you know, she just told me to do the same thing I did in the rounds, and you know, just execute.
Just two questions, one for Brittany and one for Tobi. Brittany, you've had a very, it seems, meteoric rise in terms of your first season and now your second season. Do you feel that this is kind of a coming out party for you in terms of being at the elite level?
Yes, it definitely has been. Last season definitely gave me the confidence to come into this season. So this season has definitely given me that confidence to go on to the next season and show that I can do way much more better. So yeah.
And then one question for Tobi. Your coach is Senior Golden Clark, who represented Jamaica at the international level. Can you just describe how that partnership has been and what you've learned from her?
Coach Lucina is not just my coach. She's my mother. She's one I can, you know, run to at the slightest inconvenience. And you know, she's kept me grounded from college up till now. Even though there was a time I was planning on switching coach because I was really impatient and you know, I wanted to go really fast and I felt like it wasn't coming, and she was like, it's okay, everything's gonna come together at the time when it needs to. And you know, I just prayed about it and I just felt like, okay, I'm gonna stay, and you know, I'm just glad I took that decision of staying and you got a positive result.
One more question just for Jasmine. Just talk about what it means to represent Puerto Rico on the world stage year after year.
It means so much just to be out there to represent. You know, it's, like I said before, like it was a decision that I made. Yeah, I was born here in the States, but my family is in Trujillo, Alto. And just being able to represent, to put Puerto Rico on the map, like that's just such a big thing. You don't see Puerto Rico too much in track and field. So just to be able to bring back another medal, you know, and add it to our collection, I think is such an amazing feeling. And being able to give like the young girls hope, you know, they can do it as well. So I don't know, I'm just looking forward to the future. Thank you.
This question is for Tobi again. We've heard you speaking about God, and can you tell us first your first name, what it means, and how faith has helped you through your journey to here?
I can hear you pretty good.
Sorry, I was saying, we've heard about your faith speaking. You said, you know, God do things at a certain time and things like that. Can you tell us first your first name, what it means, and and how your faith has helped you through your journey until today?
Firstly, my name is Tobi Lover, which is God is great. You know what he do, baby. So yeah, I came from a family that is spiritually inclined. Even though my faith can be shaky at times when things are not going right, but this year my mom told me, keep working hard. Don't lose faith. I'm like, sweetheart, it's easy to say, you feel me? Like, but you know, I kept grounded in His Word, and you know, I had a lot of support system around me that kept saying, you know, have faith, is going to do it. Even though the process is not processing, but just, you know, keep trusting me. And I'm thankful. I'm just thankful. I'm thankful.